Hi friends, it's Peggy Noe from prettypapercards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today with my little Yorkshire Terrier, Ellie. Hello, Karen. And Lori, good to see you, girls. How are you doing today? Happy Friday, fellow cardies. I like that, fellow cardies. Okay, let me see. There we go. It's showing that we're live. I always have to check that. Whoops. And Lori, good to see you, girls. How are you doing today? Okay. I had to turn my sound off. Sometimes I forget that. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Pam, good to see you today. What's going on? Liked and shared. Thank you, Karen. How are you guys doing? Did you have a good week? I had a pretty calm week this week, and I was thankful that it was nice and calm, not too busy. I think I have a busier week next week, but it's nice to have a calm week. How are you, baby? I just brushed her, so she's kind of in a little funk. Colleen, good to see you. Jeanne, good to see you. Yeah, so I brushed her today, and she got all pretty. Marcia, good to see you. And Carol, good to see you. Have you guys been making cards? Do you plan to make cards this weekend? Who's going to Creativity Now? We talked about this on Wednesday. It's a demonstrator only event that's tomorrow for 4 hours. And I'm really excited about it. We're using a brand new suite from Connecticut, Carol. We're using a brand new suite that's going to be in the holiday catalog, the holiday mini, which, we don't know what's going to be in there, but now we know this one suite, and I'm excited. It's beautiful. You're going, Pam? Okay, or you're attending. It's a virtual, so I'm going over to Dr. Robbins. We're going to do it together, but I still have to cut my papers. They give us the instructions, and so I've got my papers back there. Another Connecticut gal, Tracy, good to see you. And Ruth is going. Yay, Ruth. Karen, good. We're going to have a good time. And they're making a fun kind of a 3D project at the end, I think. And so I'm looking forward to learning that. It's always just fun to see new things and use new products. And so I'm really looking forward to it. You're jumping around. You're jumping around today. My husband was in the kitchen, and I think she wants to go after him because he was eating. I think he's got food. Okay, go get it. Go get it. Go chase him. She's got to go chase the food. Go ahead. You can go. She's looking back at me. Yeah, so we're going to have fun tomorrow, and it's always fun to stamp. Even if you're not going, if you're not a demonstrator, you should be one for fun. But do some stamping this weekend. Stamp and cut, die cut. It's so much fun. And that's what we're going to do right now. We are going to have a good time. First, I want to talk to you about a couple of things. One is, don't forget about the Sweet Sweet sale. Let me get it going the right direction for you. Jan and Hilda, good to see you. So suites are 50% off the second suite that you get. So buy one suite, get the second suite 50% off, or anything in the suite. So buy a bundle that's in a suite, get 50% off another bundle, which can be in any other suite. Buy embellishments in one suite, get 50% off embellishments in another suite, as long as it's within a suite. Like buy designer series paper from one suite, get 50% off designer series paper in another suite. And it's always the least, the lowest. But you do want to watch when it goes into your cart and see what they're taking half off, because if you get 2 designer series papers and 2 embellishments, what they're going to do is they're going to take the lower price off the they're going to take the half off the embellishments. So a lot of us have been putting in several orders to separate those things. So just do pay attention. But like if you buy a bundle and buy a second bundle, you'll get 50% off the second bundle. That is fabulous. So it's definitely take advantage of that. And we've only got a little over a week left. It only goes until the 30th, and today's already the 20th. It's the first day of summer. Wow. I mean, it's been warm, but we've still got 3 months of summer going. Beth, good to see you. Yes, that's what we've been suggesting. So excited to catch me live. Let me get my glasses on so I can see that. Charlene, yes. Good to see you, Charlene. So, okay, the other announcement I want to talk about is the my tutorial bundle, the Notes and Totes tutorial bundle. 7 different demonstrators, me being one of the 7, we've gone together and made projects using the Notes and Totes bundle. And it's in the current catalog, the new annual catalog on page 81. I marked it here with this little sticky, and we're going to use it today just so we can play with it. It is a fun bundle, kind of beachy, but it doesn't have to be beachy. Oh, Karen, cool 57 and slight rain in Ashland. Okay, that is pretty cool for the first day of summer. Anyway, the Notes and Totes video tutorial bundle. They're videos with PDF project sheets. It all comes as a PDF, 7 different designs, 7 different projects. If you spend $50 in my online store, you get this for free. I send it to you for free. Or if you are a demonstrator and so you buy your own product, you can find it in my tutorial shop for $20. Pop over there. It's on my blog. It's along the top menu, and it says tutorial shop over on the far right, and you can download that. And they are really, these girls are going all out. They're already working on the next ones. I need to start working on my next card for next month. Next month, I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you, but we're going to do the jar set. And it includes it's a jar bundle, and it includes a new stamp set that's coming out in online exclusives, I think, starting July 1st. So we're going to do a tutorial bundle on the jars. So be watching for that. But anyway, I'm going to show you the Notes and Totes today. So you can have even another design. It's another design, not in that tutorial bundle. So are you ready? And it's a fun fold because I always do a fun fold on Friday. At least I try to. So here's the card. And let me just see here if I can get a little more light. It looks not quite as light as I want it to be today. But this is the fun fold card. Maybe I need to come down just a hair. Hold on. There we go. Let's try that. Okay, that looks just a little bit better. This is the card for today, and it folds out like this so that I just think it's cute. It's an easy fun fold. A very easy fun fold, but it uses the Notes and Totes bundle in this little bag. And I want to show you, let's take a look at the Notes and Totes bundle in person, because I showed it to you in the catalog. So here's the stamp set. And the dies, for me, they took 2 different magnet sheets. These 2, it has 17 dies, you guys. That's a lot of dies. Okay, let me push this one up. So this is a fence. That is pieces for a fence. This is the little bag. This is something to go on the bag. This is like a newspaper front. And then we have all these different things you can do with the tote. And it has like, I think that's a water bottle, a lotion bottle, a cup. I mean, just so many sunglasses, heart-shaped sunglasses, so fun. There's Roz. How are you, Roz? A starfish, just so much fun stuff. And so, but the big thing about it is the tote. That's why it's called Notes and Totes. So here's a note, a tote. Here's a tote that I made about when I first got this set. And this is how it looks when you make it as a 3D item. We're going to make it just as a flat piece today. But this is the tote. Isn't that super cute? And you can do all kinds of things on the front. This piece here is this one. That's a Darling Duckling. And then I put the sunglasses, the heart-shaped sunglasses. So much fun. And a little scarf. Okay, but here's another one that I made. I made a different tote, like a shopping bag, okay? So for this one, I tucked the sides in. I just pushed them in instead of pulled them out. And then I put my initial on the front, which we're gonna do today, just because I think it's, oh, you love this, Sweet Roz? It is super fun because it's so different. And it has even a little tiny tag. There's that little tag die. I didn't put anything on this tag, but I think it's cute. It even punches a little hole. And I just tied a little bit of linen thread around there. But that's if you wanted to do like a little shopping bag. You could, excuse me, stuff it with things. Tracy, you have this and you haven't used it? Okay, you need to. Hello, Carol, good to see you. So this is if you put the entire tote together, and the video of putting the tote together is in the video tutorial bundle of the 7 demonstrators. I'm not going to put the tote together today because I'm doing a different type of fun fold card. But anyway, I think these are super cute for a little treat containers. So this is the entire bundle, and here's the card we're going to make today. So let's get started. And it even has, in the stamp set, it has this, I'm pretty sure that's a hibiscus, isn't it? I think it's such a cute stamp. I wish it had a die that cut that out. Your granddaughter wanted purses for her dolls. That is so cute, Roz. So you can put your little hibiscus stamp on the corner of the envelope and on the inside of the card, and you can fussy cut it if you want. Okay, so let's just get started making this card. And this will be the prize, and I don't know who it's going to, so I'm going to go ahead and do it with my initial on it. But if you win the prize next week, you can put something over it or give it to someone whose name starts with P. Okay, so the card itself, this fun fold, I want to show you how to make it. And so you use a 4 1/4 by 11-inch piece of designer series of cardstock, and this is strawberry. Is it strawberry slush? No, I think for this I used Flirty Flamingo. And we're going to score at 5 1/2 right in the center, but then we're going to do another, it's on your July wish list, yes. We're going to do another score at half of 5 1/2, which is 2 3/4. And that's what makes the fun little card. Okay. And then we're just going to fold and do our burnishing there. And we want to press down. Burnishing means pressing your fold down. Press it down nice and hard so it folds well. And then let me come back this way because this one folds in. So this is the card base, just like that. And it's isn't it easy? You know, but it's something cute. It's something people haven't really seen before. Okay, so now we're going to cut some designer series paper. And the paper I'm using today is Floral Impressions. I just think it's so pretty, so we're going to put it on like this. So it's already at 4 inches because I had used this before. So it's 4 by 2 1/2 for the designer series paper pieces that go on the card. 4 by 2 1/2, just like this. And then we're going to put a piece of this paper, which is another choice in the Floral Impressions. I always look to make sure I'm getting the right name. And this is the back side of that, but I'm using this Darling Duckling piece right here. And this is 2 3/4 by 4. So I think this is already 4. No, let's get it at 4 by 2 3/4 for this one. And this goes on the inside of the card. Okay. And then we have a piece of basic white, and that is going to be 2.5 by 4. So we're going to get all these pre-cut before we start. So 4, Polly, good to see you, by 2.5. And then we have all of our papers cut and ready to go. Let's see, this one, okay. I don't think we need to cut anymore. So here is our card, and we're just going to go ahead and, I don't know what I'm doing with that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and just glue these pieces down, so because then we can make our bag, our little tote. So this one is for the inside, and of course you can use any designer series papers that you want to. And we're just going to put that out to the edge like that, and then the white piece goes on the left side, and this is where you're going to write, and it'll be covered up by the fold, okay, which is what you want. And we can stamp our hibiscus on after it's glued. That's no problem. You can do it before or after, preferably before, but after is going to be fine. So now our inside is completely finished there. And then we're going to glue these pieces of Floral Impressions Designer Series paper. This is my favorite one, of course, because it has a lot of pinks in it. And I love the back. That's what we're going to make our tote from, is the back of this same piece. And so we're going to put that right in there. And again, these pieces are 2 3/4 by 4. And another one. I think people are going to love this card, mostly because of the little tote. Linda, good to see you. I'm glad you're here. So there's the card, and now we're just going to decorate it. But it's a really fun fold. Okay, so we can set this off to the side. And the next thing we're going to do is work on our little bag. So let me get out my pieces. This is going to be the, as I said, the pattern for the body of the bag. And then to trim the bag, I'm using Strawberry Slush. So we used Flirty Flamingo on the card. I'll show you the sample again. And Strawberry Slush over here. Both the colors are in the Designer Series paper. So it just kind of sets off the little bag a little bit to have that different color cardstock. Okay, so for the bag, this is the piece that you use. This is the die that you use for the bag. Now, this is, if we wanted to make it a full bag like I showed you before, like this one, we would need a piece that would cover the entire die. But I'm just making a little mini bag, just the front, because that's just how we're gonna do it today. So, and I love these dies because they work in the mini Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine, which is my favorite little machine. Let me see though. Okay. So I'm gonna trim off the base there. And the one thing I like about this Designer Series paper is that it does have a pattern. In fact, where are my glasses? Let me get my glasses on so I can see the pattern. Oh, thank you, Charlene. So you can see that the pattern kind of has, you can see a vertical pattern. So you need to, well, what I did is I lined up this side of the got to turn it upside down. Lined it up with something that is repetitive vertically, like the center of this little 3, I don't know what you call that. So that way my little front of my bag is going to be, it won't be crooked, because that would be weird if the paper was at an angle. I mean, I guess maybe you would want it that way, but I wanted mine to be straight. They are fun dies, very fun dies. So again, it's not cutting the edges, it just cut, well, it cut part of it, but I'm gonna have to finish cutting a bit. So I don't know if you can see, but there are score lines. And what I'm going to do is just cut right on those score lines, if I can see them really clearly. There we go. I'll do a little fold. Because, again, we're just using the front of the bag. We're going to make like a shopping bag. So that'll be fine. And then here, this score line right here. And then this score line. If I can see it. It's a little bit hard to see on the pattern, but you can see it. Okay, so there's our bag. Now we're going to cut the straps of the bag that make it really pretty. And I'll show you that piece. It took me a while to figure this out, but everything you need is right here. So this piece right here, this die cuts the straps on the side of the bag. So here we've got a piece of strawberry slush, and I'm going to put that die down, and then I want the handle. Now there are two different handles that you can choose. There's more of a beachy look handle, which I haven't actually used that one. This is the one I've been using. And so we'll cut both of those at the same time out of the strawberry slush. Whoops. Okay. Let me get that in. And then we'll just run that through. And I think the straps and the side trimming pieces really make the bag so pretty. It really brings it to life. So let's see how that worked. There we go. All the pieces popped out. That's wonderful. And then we just need to pop out these pieces of the handle, or this one piece, with the Take Your Pick tool. Okay. Now, of the straps, you don't need this piece because this is the bottom if you were going to make the beach bag. And we're not making the beach bag today. We're making a shopping bag today. So what we're going to do is adhere these straps on the side and this on the top. So I'm just going to use a little bit of my multi-purpose liquid glue, just a tiny bit. Diane, good to see you watching. I can see on my phone who's watching. Thank you so much. And so we just put these, and I love these straps because they're stitched. The dies are stitched. I mean, very intricate, very excellent. So there's one side. Oops. And then we're going to do this side. They are super fun. Very, very fun. Just really small dots of glue. You don't need very much. Just a little bit to hold that down right on the edge. And then what I like to do is kind of pick it up and maneuver it just a little bit to make sure it's really where it should be. Just like that. Okay, and then we can put our handle on. And my fingers are sticky and they keep grabbing the handle. Okay, so just again, just little dots of glue to adhere the handle, just like that. Okay, now you don't have to put your initial on, but I just thought it was, I don't know, it just jazzed up the bag a little bit. So the dies I'm going to use for the initial, my initial, and actually I decided to do why am I doing an R? I chose an R, because I have a friend having a birthday shortly, and I thought I would make this card for her. So I'm using the Alphabet a la Mode dies. We have some brand new letter dies that are larger, that are great. I don't have those yet, and these are a good size for putting on this little bag. So I'm going to use the R die for my friend who's having a birthday. And I'm going to go ahead and also cut that out of my strawberry slush. So I'm going to put the R right on there, and it's the perfect size to go on the front of the bag. So we'll just run this through. And there it is. There's the R. We'll just take that off. And we're going to go ahead and just adhere it right to the front of the bag. Again, with just little tiny dots, you know, and we could have used white or a different color of cardstock. That would have been great also, but you can use any color that you like. I just decided on the strawberry slush, and we'll just put the initial right in there on the bag. I think this makes it really personal when you give it to a friend and they have their initial on their card. Don't you think that's, I know, it is cute. Thank you so much, Linda. It is really cute. So there's our bag. Simple, simple. But I'm also going to make a little tag. I wanted to give a birthday wish, okay? So I like this sentiment here that says you're fabulous, but it says newsflash, and I think the reason it says that is because they're thinking that you would have like a newspaper in your tote bag, but since we're not making it as a beach bag, tote bag, I'm just going to use this, just a small strip, and I'm only going to cut off the part that says you're fabulous, because that's the part I want to give someone. I mean, wouldn't you love a card that just says you're fabulous? Of course. So actually, this whole thing fits on a 1/2 inch strip of basic white cardstock. Just like that. But I'm only going to cut, I'm going to cut everything off except the words you're fabulous. And it's easy to cut because there's a line. It's kind of like that's on purpose. I mean, who doesn't, how much easier is it when you have a line to cut with? So what we're going to do is just cut right below the line so the line doesn't show. And this is going to be our little tag for the bag. And I guess you could use newsflash for something else. So I'm going to hold this until we actually put the bag on the card. I'm going to hold that off to the side. So let's get out our card base. Here it is. And isn't that just cute? I just really like that fold. And what I've done is I've gone ahead and pre-cut a large circle using the Spotlight on Nature dies. These are, I would use a punch, but we don't have punches that are quite big enough for the bag to fit on, you know, the circle. This one is more like 3 or 3.5 inches across. And I used the second one in right there. And plus it has this little fun design around the edge. So I just wanted to highlight the little bag for my friend. Actually, my friend's name is Rose, and so that's why I wanted to use an R. For the prize this week, I'm going to give away the card that I made as a sample. It has my initial on it. So anyway, what we're going to do is we want to adhere the circle onto the card, and we have to be careful because we only want to adhere it here on the left side, right? Because we want it to be able to open like that. So what I'm going to do is put some Stampin' Dimensionals just like this across just one little side, maybe one a tiny bit higher, but I want to make sure that they don't show on the back. And I think 3 would be enough to keep it nice and strong when you open the card. So make sure they're on the left side, and then we're going to center the circle up and down and left to right, and just press it down just right there. And look how great that looks. Isn't that great? It's, you know, you could put anything on here. This is just this is a great card design. And then we're going to go ahead and put our little bag on. I'm going to do that with dimensionals also. I think I'll just use 3 again, kind of just arbitrarily to make sure it sticks on there really well. I just think this bag is super cute. I think it's, you know, there's so much you can do with it, from making it a shopping bag to making it a beach bag, any kind of bag. So I'm just going to put it at an angle, just like that. Press down. Now we can put on our little "You're Fabulous" sentiment, and we can trim off the end I like to wait until I'm ready to adhere it, you know, to see exactly how I want it. And I don't want it to really stick past the circle too much because I think it might get bent. So that's why I wanted to wait until I saw my card. So I think that looks pretty good right there. I'll just pull it down a little bit, and I'm just going to adhere it onto the little handle with a dot of glue, just like that. I mean, wouldn't you like to get that card that just says, "You're fabulous"? And you are fabulous. You're all fabulous. Okay, now I'm going to tie a bow. This is the Darling Duckling ribbon, 3/8 inch ribbon, I think it is. Let me show you. And when I'm working with delicate things, like I think the little sentiment here is pretty delicate, I thought a half of the width of the ribbon would be best. So I went ahead and cut it in half lengthwise. And then I'm going to tie a little bow. And it does fray, but I don't mind the fraying. I think I kind of like that shabby look. So it doesn't bother me. It might bother you. And if so, just use a thinner ribbon, or you could use some baker's twine or linen thread like I did on that other one. But I think when you cut it in half lengthwise, it just, it's nice and delicate. I really like the look here. Okay, and then we're just going to adhere that little bow. It just gives it a little something. I mean, some people don't put bows on. You could put a knot. Really, a little knot would be cute. So I'm just using a mini glue dot, and I'm going to go ahead and put that on the sentiment because that's exactly where I want my bow to go. And then we just stick it on there. And now we can trim our little tails. I like them long, but I don't want them too long. Isn't that cute? Now we do want to stamp our envelope, and we want to stamp our the inside here with that cute little, I think it's a hibiscus. Do you guys think it's a hibiscus also? I think that's what it is. I won't say I'm 100% sure, but I think it is. Okay, so this is Strawberry Slush ink. And this is really the cutest flower. Isn't that just super cute? And then let's stamp our envelope also. And I'm going to put the flower right here in the lower left. Isn't that cute? Hello from New York, Louise, good to see you. So there's your fun fold. Ooh, we need to put our little embellishments on. These are the in color flat gems. We need to put some of these. Let's see, where should we put these little guys? Let's see, these are, you know what, I just love these. I feel like they go with everything. And I think they're super shiny. I don't know if anyone else has used them and thinks they're super shiny. I really do. I just think they're, you can even see it, I think, on the camera. Can you see how shiny those are? Look how shiny they are. So darling. And we'll put one down here. Now on the other card, I put one over here, but this time I think what I'll do is put it up in this area. Kind of like that. I think that just really makes it. I think it's an adorable birthday card, and it's easy to make because all you're making is the front of the little bag, and you're really making it personal by adding the initial. You can use any initial die set that you have. You like the fold. Thank you, Roz. I don't know the name of the fold. I don't know the name of the fold. Mary Lou, good to see you. Yeah, I don't know the name of the fold itself. The designer series paper is Floral Impressions. The circle dies are Spotlight on Nature. the alphabet dies are alphabet a la mode. It's always good to have an alphabet die set in your repertoire, and I've enjoyed these. And then of course we're using Notes and Totes. And I'll show you again, if you came in late, I'll show you the little bags. So this was a little flat bag for the card, but these are the 3D bags. This is the beach bag with I love these sunglasses. These sunglasses crack me up. The little hearts and the little scarf. And then this is more of a shopping bag that I made by just pressing the edges in. I made this, and you could do that with this. You just press the edges in, although I put these lower pieces on, and when you do that, it's more of the beach bag look. But here you just press the little edges in, and there you have your cute little shopping bag. And this, oh, is it a joy fold? Okay. Thank you, Carol. Probably why I love it, because it brings me joy. So these are the little projects that you can make. I mean, you can make so much. You could, go on Pinterest and see what everybody's doing with this Notes and Totes. And I just want to remind you, if you have the bundle, or you're going to get the bundle, get it from my online store, because with a $50 order, I would send you this entire video bundle. There are 7 for 50. If you place a $50 order in my online store, there are 7, you get this free, 7 video tutorials on different projects. This one is like a Chanel bag. She made it like a Chanel bag. Isn't that so cute? This is a beachy one. This focuses on the hearts. This is the sunglasses. Isn't that cute? There's mine where I made a fence, because you have fence dies. Here are more beach bags, and this one made by Dr. Robin is the card that opens up and the bag pops out. The bag is inside like that. So it's and if you are a demonstrator and you want to order this tutorial bundle, it's in my tutorial shop on my website for only $20, and it downloads right that minute. So definitely grab that. Okay, let's come back up, and whoops. Sometimes it does things I don't even know what it's doing. Okay, we're going to come back up, and I'm going to award our prize from last week, and that is this cute card, another fun fold, and it's pink too. I have to stop making pink cards. I really do. This one uses strawberry slush, and it's with the Cheers and Sips bundle. This is the prize for this week, and it's from last Friday's project. And our winner this time is Debbie Lindauer from Wisconsin. Debbie, congratulations. I will get this card out to you. It's very fun. Fun fold, and a darling bundle, darling paper. Celebratory Sips is what this one is called. So congratulations to Debbie. And put the word prize if you want to be entered to win the card that we made today. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy, and make some cards. And maybe, I don't know if we'll be able to see each other tomorrow on Creativity Now for the demonstrators, but if we can, maybe I'll see some of you over there. And I look